Hi, this is Mason. And you're watching the 315 with Brian Higgins. Now it's time for Fran Brown's press conference. Here's Brian.
What's up, everyone, on a Monday? I just got, tower buzzed by a bug. What is flying around in the basement right now? I think it just went back that way. I don't know about this. I don't know about this at all. This is not what we signed up for. How we doing on this Monday? Chilly morning out there. Today, getting back into a football week. We got an action-packed week here. Fran Brown press conference shall be presumably beginning shortly. There it is. No serious club music this week. Remember a couple weeks ago, we were getting ready for the presser, and we were getting some beats dropped on us. I don't know what's whoops, wrong button. I don't know what's going on with that. Where are the where are the beats? Where are they going? Don't give me one and done. Yeah, we got our bird cam. We need a bug cam. There we go. You're out if Ricky plays Friday night. Okay, so I guess G-Man Cool 6 is gonna be out because there's no way Ricky plays the 0 snaps on Friday, I would imagine, unless he's magically hurt or something. But we'll see what Fran has to say. A busy week today. Busy week today. Busy week this week. We got this here today live. Wednesday basketball exhibition game 2. We'll have a post game for you. Jordan and I will be back here with our TPS report on Thursday, 8 o'clock. Then Friday, after the candy is handed out, or for those of you, Mr. Brown on the West Coast, maybe perhaps whilst you are still handing out the candy, we'll be doing a post game for Syracuse and North Carolina football, where everyone may just be hopped up on sugar and in a really bad mood. So we'll see how that all goes on Friday. Ooh. Do we get it looks like, are things happening? What do we get? Are things happening here? There's a podium. There's a lot of silence. There's no what's up, Jen? There's no exciting club music. All right. Oop, no, not yeah. Why do we get 1 week of just awesome club music? What was that? Where'd it go? Fran Brown. Let's see where he goes this week.
Excited about the opportunity to go against
UNC
this week. Coach Belichick and his staff, see them just doing a pretty good job. I know you guys all just judge everybody off of the records and things of that nature, but for me, watching them and just seeing how week to week his football team's getting better, how he's doing a good job, and you can see starting to implement the whole Belichick brand of football and how they're playing and how they fly around together. So it's a great opportunity. We get to play here at home, Halloween night. It's going to be a good atmosphere.
But really, what is that hat? What's that logo? What's it smelling? What are the letters?
Coach, how are you?
I'm chilling. How about you?
Doing well, thanks for asking.
Kev?
Just coming off of these 4 games with Ricky, what you are seeing, what those positive things are, maybe some leadership, how he's handling the locker room practice, just what you're seeing from Ricky beyond the wins and losses column, so to speak.
I think he's maturing. He's learning how to deal with adversity. He's understanding things don't go your way all the time. So for a month straight, he's just been not in the winning column. So it's a lot of adversity that he's able to face, and guys can see him not running from adversity. So I think that's helping him a lot, and it's helping him develop as a man. And it's something he'll need in life when it comes time for him to be a husband and a father.
Good catch, Weeze. That's got to be a hoop shirt, I would imagine.
Fran, have you crossed paths with Bill over the course of your career, and sort of in what capacity?
Oh, I just know him. I haven't crossed paths in reference to working with him or anything, but I just know him. We just know each other.
Then Derek McDonald's a guy that you've missed this season.
Yeah.
Do you know at this point if he's going to take a medical red shirt or apply for one?
Yeah, he's going to be able to come try and play again next year. He's been doing a good job helping out right now on the defensive side of football. Just being as he's training and trying to get his body back and going through rehab. He's been doing a really good job in there, just learning how to be a football coach also.
Have you talked to him to the point that you know he wants to come back here? That's you guys are.
Have I talked to him for what?
That you know he wants to use it here. That he wants to come back.
I mean, I haven't went that far. I just know that when his hip kept bothering him, I told him I want you to wait out, go get the surgery that you need early, because he had a bad surgery a bad injury that he needed to get surgery for. So we just went from there, and he's a Syracuse kid through and through. So, I'm praying that he will want to come back, but he'll do what's best for him and his future.
But I'm also recruiting lots of linebackers.
Fred, I just wanted to ask, obviously, 2/3 of the way through the season, how have you seen Demetrius develop over kind of the course of the season?
He's really good.
The positives.
I think he's getting better and better. I think Demetrius is as good as advertised. He's doing well. He might have got scored on maybe twice this year as a freshman, right? Should be a senior in high school. He's a really good player. I think he needs to see more time on the offensive side of the ball come to these last 4 games. I think that they got to get that done and figure those ways out of getting him in. I think he'll start punt returner this week, though, and he's been helping us a lot at corner. I'm excited about him and the matchups he'll get an opportunity to go against this weekend.
He gets thrown at a lot less often than the first few weeks.
You've kind of had with him just talking like, hey, we want you more on offense going forward.
Yeah, I just want to do it. He wanted to hone in on the corner and make sure that he can get comfortable of being a really good lockdown corner. Him and Chris Pill and Caleb Singleton, who's coming along, Davian Kerr, all those guys are over there playing. But him and Chris has been taking the bulk of the reps, and those guys have been locking in. And then he wanted to become just a better cover corner, and he wanted to lock that position down the right way.
He's doing it. He's really good.
Gianna, give the mic to Aiden so we get it back on this side and then go to Samantha right after Aiden.
Hey, Coach. Just looking at Devin Grant, how have you seen his growth throughout his 2 years here, and what do you see as his role on the defense?
I think he can make a lot of plays. Devin he had a high ankle sprain, and he still came back and tried to play on it, right? And then he hurt it again, re-aggravated it. He came back a lot faster than some people did. So we'll get a chance to see him play this weekend. I think he'll be a lot better than he was. He should be about 85% plus. I'm excited to watch him play this weekend. I think this will be the first time you'll get to see him going back out as a starter and competing and ready to have fun.
What a very specific percentage.
Nickname around here is kind of Showtime. He steps up in the biggest moments. Just what do you think of that nickname? How do you think it encapsulates him?
Well, I'll tell you about that nickname Friday night, right? Let me see him step up in a big moment Friday, because this Friday will be a big moment for our football team and for the program. So it'd be cool if he can do that.
8 o'clock, Weez. 8 o'clock Thursday this week, me and Jordan.
Coach, when you watch the film back from the game against Georgia Tech, what are the biggest team improvements that you saw from now to, say, a month ago?
I think we playing better in the first quarter on defense. We were giving up a lot of points. That was something that we emphasized. We just got to I think special teams is consistently getting better. Besides the one punt return for a touchdown, right? And I think the guys are playing more together. We're able to show that we can run the ball a little bit. We need to keep pushing away at being able to run the football. I will say those things. I think that we are done a lot better in the first quarter. Before that, we were outscored a lot, and it's not being outscored over the last 2 weeks. It hasn't been like that. So we just got to find a way to push it all the way through, right? And a lot of the young guys got to grow up. They're all playing now, right? They're constantly in the game. This week you'll see a few more young guys in the game than before, and they'll keep playing.
At quarterback?
Now we're getting towards that end of the year where you got older guys that are banged up, but then you also have freshmen that are about to hit their 4th games or haven't, and now they'll be able to play the rest of the way through for the 4-game mark, so I can already have them not being nervous next year and not saying, it's like their first time next year to all be able to play this year, because I'm really excited about what we're going to build. We had a big meeting about that yesterday with myself and just the freshmen and then some of the sophomores and different guys of how they wanted to compete, and we want to finish this the right way for the seniors. It's important that we finish this the right way and the seniors go out right of being a class that truly helped push the culture over the top, showed us how to face adversity and move, so then we have the chance of going to win a national championship.
It'll be interesting to watch how many freshmen that have not played yet do play this week. Because interesting point.
Loss on Saturday.
Now you get a red shirt no matter what.
One of the things this team needs to do to find success is keep following you. How does it feel to have that support from your quarterback? Even despite the losing streak.
It's good. I think he understands and knows that I'm not going to run from anything that's going on. I got to face it head on. Got to understand and know that when you're building something and we're building it with a strong foundation, they know where I stand. They know I always have their back, and I'm thankful that he says that because that means that he has my back also and the rest of the guys in the program. So we're just going to keep doing it the right way and just moving on, and excited we get the opportunity to compete against UNC this weekend.
Does the quarterback have Fran's back? That seems backwards.
Fran, on those younger guys that can get on the field going forward here, what are the traits that you look for that makes you say you're ready to get out there and play?
Just when they could make a mistake in practice and then they could come right back the next play in practice and still take the coaching, right? When you could be at corner for Caleb, like I would see him go through some stuff and then he would come back in and he would try to do it his own way. Now he'll come back in after making a mistake and he does exactly what he's been coached to do. It's like, okay, he's ready, right? Because it's not about they're all talented enough, that's why they're here. But it's what can you do when it gets hectic, when the chaos is going, when you make a mistake or you might have made 2 in a row. Are you still going to fall back on your training? Are you going to try to do what you feel is best for you to look good? Or are you going to do what's best for the football team? And I think guys like Caleb's a great example. He got in this weekend, done a really good job. There's other guys that'll get in this weekend and that'll play and that'll do a really good job. We had a lot of receivers. Boobie Johnson came back. He did really well. Gabe Daniels played his most snaps. Hornsby was in the game again, playing a lot. So there's a lot of guys that are out there playing that are young that we think are really good football players. And then we got some really good ones coming in also.
I wonder if Fran's going to get the Halloween costume question, even though he'll be quite busy at the time.
Just how easy Steve and Kyle made playing quarterback look, and that like it's going to require another level from him. What have you seen from him since then that was like help him have his best game of the season so far against Georgia Tech?
I don't know. It's a lot that has to go on to be where Kyle was at, and and the things that Steve did. If you look at where Steve was at, we were 3-1. We beat probably one of the biggest games in Syracuse history. Was one down at Clemson, and then it kind of went from the highest to the high to like all of a sudden, right? So I think he has a long way to go to get to that point. You hope that it could happen this week or ever. You know what I mean? We're gonna compete though when it comes to quarterback right now.
You hope it could happen this week or ever.
Ricky, Luke, Joe, Rich, all those young guys. How encouraged?
Say that again.
When you look at what you've seen from your young quarterback so far, how encouraged are you about them being able to have another full offseason with you guys and being able to come back next year as maybe better products?
I'm excited about a couple of them, man. I'm excited about a couple of those guys I've seen. I'm excited about Steve coming back, right? Definitely excited about that. I'm excited about, we got I don't know if I could talk about commits and things of that nature, but there's guys coming from high school, so it's just I'm excited about the future, as everybody knows that, right? I'm thankful for the opportunity that you get to recruit in this country, right? I'm thankful for the opportunity that you get to compete daily, and I'm thankful for this weekend, right? Honestly, let's just go to Friday. We're going to compete this weekend, so I'm just ready to play Friday night.
I think he sneaky likes Rich Beelan. He keeps dancing around it.
Coach, you mentioned Friday being a big game for you guys. You have 4 more games left. You need to get 3 wins in order to head to that bowl game. How do you kind of tackle, saying that it's an important game to the team, but also, maybe not hyping it up too much, especially with a short week?
I mean, it's hype. We're playing a football game against someone else, but we just got to win today, right? It's the same thing, the same pattern, same culture. Everything's the same. Just got to win today and see if we keep getting better, right? As you guys been watching the game, you probably see guys doing a little bit better on defense, doing better at certain things, up and down at certain positions. And we just got to keep growing. Everybody got to do their job. So we're just going to focus on guys being able to do their job, a couple plays more than they can do their job on the other team, and try to come out with a victory.
Fran, it's about halftime of Monday. What's the score?
Tackling that, heading into a Friday night game.
Just the same way. It's just yesterday was Monday, even though it was Tuesday, and even though it was Sunday for the world, it was Monday for us. So everything's moved up a little bit. Today is Tuesday in our eyes.
Monday's Tuesday. Tuesday is Wednesday. Coach P would do this every time.
Coach, how excited are you to go up against Coach Belichick and his staff?
The same amount as 10 minutes ago.
That he's brought and that his coaching staff has brought.
I'm honored to be able to coach at Syracuse University. So it really doesn't matter who we're about to go up and play against. It's an honor to be the head football coach here, to be able to go and compete against anybody. I'm thankful that I got a chance to know who Coach Belichick was and get to know him, and I'm happy I get the chance to compete against him, right? It's a football game, and it's a blessing that I get to do this, so I'm very thankful for the opportunity to compete this weekend and to help our football team be able to go out and compete to get a win.
Where did you get to know Bill?
Players a lot. They talked about Coach Nixon installing a pro-style offense. How much help does having that pro-style offense and those tendencies help to coach against a coaching staff that has a lot of pro experience as well?
I mean, they do what they do and we do what we do. So I think a lot of times people just say that and you like the word, so everybody been running with it for a long time. But they got a good offense. They do a good job.
No, they don't.
Stuff that they do. Coach Kitchens is their offensive coordinator. He does well. Steve, Coach Belichick's son. I know Steve. We got a chance to meet when I was working at Rutgers. He does a good job on defense. I think I have Coach Pfeiffer, their special teams coordinator. He does a good job. So, I mean, they all do a good job. They all working, and you can see the team getting better, right? You can see them constantly just getting better week after week after week. So, I'm happy we get to compete against them. Like I'm happy to work here at Syracuse. Like I'm ready to go compete this weekend.
Former Rutgers lacrosse player, defenseman Stephen Belichick.
Fran, bringing in Jonte Cook and giving him this opportunity. Now he's worked with two different quarterbacks on the field. What are you seeing from Jonte up to this point?
He's learning how to adapt. I think this is good for him. It's good for his career, being as though, all the things that he's been through and where he's at now. I think he's been a class act kid. He's come here and done everything that he's asked to do. He competes his butt off. And it's a good deal for him, man. I hope that he's able to dominate the rest of the year. He should come back next year. He'll dominate then, and then he'll go and play in the NFL. He'll be a draft pick. Right? He's a kid that have an opportunity of being drafted just because of his mindset, right? He loves ball. He's smart. He's a thinker. He's always thinking and analyzing everything. And I think he'll play even better these last 4 and going into next year, 4 to 5, and then going into next year, so that way he has he's gonna play with an edge, right? We're becoming more the same type of people. We've been around each other more. He understands and knows what I'm looking for. I know what he wants. I know his dreams, goals, and aspirations. So. I think we'll meet completely and be on the same page, and you'll see Cook will be a machine next year, to be honest.
Fran, will you wear a cutoff hoodie in respect to Bill Belichick?
Nobody deserves it more than the city of Syracuse. What do you want to say to the city of Syracuse as you return home this week?
I'm just sorry that we lost for a month straight, to be honest. It's not cool. It sucks, to be honest. It's just not the way things should be around here. And for me, it's something that I got to change. I'm responsible for that. I'm the head coach of that, so I take all the blame. Everything that happened, I got to be able to fix it. That's why they made me the head coach. That's why the city accepted me with open arms of being a part of the community, being around here. And I just really apologize for the way we've played and we've came out and competed and haven't been able to win for a month straight. So. We got to make a change, and it has to change, and we'll get it together. I know we will.
King-size candy bars?
Done a really good job. I mean, Demetrius is playing as much as any true freshman. Antoine is. John Wildhack's told us because of legal reasons, the school only does 1-year contracts. Does that put you guys at a disadvantage trying to lock those guys up?
I ain't about to talk about that. I'm going to have to go to the next question.
We'll go to Zach here. Gianna brings it.
How's the NIL work?
Fran, Ricky talks a lot, I guess, after last week's game about keeping momentum and I guess just building throughout the game. Obviously, you have the big run on the first play against Georgia Tech, and you can't score a touchdown there. But how do you keep the momentum in games? Is that something you're emphasizing to your team in terms of that?
Yeah, those are things that I got to keep working on and talking to them about, and just understanding who we are as a football team. Right, and there's some things that I watched the tape and I'm like, wow, I could do this better. I can get that better. I think all that goes with me, right? And I got to fix all those things and just keep growing and getting better as a football coach. I keep getting better as a head coach. Then the momentum and all those things will work itself out. I mean, it's pretty simple, some of the stuff. So, I just feel like the team's growing, right? The team's getting better, and they'll continue to grow. We'll continue to get better. And as you score points and you do that, then momentum stays, right? I think momentum comes with points and takeaways. So we need to put up more points and take the ball away from the offense more, and then momentum will stay on your side.
The second and third play were good, Fran. The other plays, less good. Thoughts?
Samantha and then Hayden.
I think Javon, I was trying to ask you something.
Or three more. One each from Samantha, Javon, then Hayden.
Say Javon, I told you we was cool. You know?
You mentioned that you had a meeting with the freshmen, and I think you said a few of the sophomores as well.
Yeah.
What compelled you to want to have that meeting with that group? And as much as you're willing to share, what kind of sentiments were you expressing to them in that meeting?
Our seniors deserve more, and I want to make sure that we go and we compete our butts off for them. I want them to leave with a bang. I want them to go out the right way. They put a lot into it, and we all care about them and we love them. So let's make sure that we go out and do it, and everyone's responsible for that. And it's easier to look at groups instead of the entire team and just do that. So I just did it in groups first, so then that way everyone knows and understands that we're playing for them and that our 2025s will be national champs. And the other guys will make sure that they on the 24s who are here. I didn't get to really go recruit. Like I was recruiting, but it was fast, right? I got to really know all the 25s, and then the 24s, I'm locked in with those guys to make sure they understand. Even with guys like David O, I didn't recruit him, but I told him, yeah, I didn't personally recruit you, but I did, because that's why you're here. So, like, you're my player now. Let's get this done, right? Let's do this the right way for our seniors, so then that way they can go out the way they're supposed to go out. And then we remember these feelings, and let's make sure we hit it the right way next year.
Last two, Javon and then Hayden.
Fran, for you as a guy with a reputation for being honest with his players, when Steve comes back,
it's a heck of a knuckle crack.
Convince those guys in that room to come back next year knowing their spot on the depth chart is going to drop at least one spot. Like, what is that conversation like with them?
You got to compete if you want to go to Syracuse. So, I mean, if you think I haven't told a single recruit that they were starting. I haven't told a player here that they were starting. They had to come and they had Demetrius Samuels came in. He was with the second group at first. And then he just worked his way right in quick and kind of done things. Like, they just got to work and compete, right? Everybody going to get an opportunity to compete and an opportunity to play. And if they don't want to compete, then they got to go. I mean, they got that right too, right? Cool thing about it is it happens early. So they don't want to compete to play quarterback here. The portal opens in January. So, and I will wish them the best, right? Some people might not want to do that. And that might not be what's best for them or for their family at the moment. So I would just say they got to go do what's best for them and be where they at. So we'll be fine, though, when it comes to that position and being able to get someone that's tough, that's going to want to compete against him also, you know what I mean? Because, like, Steve's going to have to continue to compete. But, you know what I mean, he showed us that he can play ball. And we just hope that everything is, like, just hope it all works out right with him, with the surgery, with the injury and the rehab and everything, and rehab's the right way. So once all that's fine, then we'll see where we're at when that time comes.
And if you don't want to deal with it, again, the portal's in January. I will sign your papers.
It's been a little bit over a month now since he went down. Just how much do you get to talk to him, and just how's he doing mentally?
He's not hiding.
Every day. He doing all right. I call him every time, once in a while, and I'll cuss him out. I'll just be like, you know, you messed my season up, right? And then I have to mess with him and say, nah, just keep pushing, keep talking to the guys, keep making sure they're developing, stay around the team. He's in here. He sits right in the back of you guys in this team meet, and he's locked in, right? Like, he a football guy. Like, he loves football, and we talk to everybody. Like, if you get hurt, like, they don't stop talking to you. You're not, like, not around no more, right? We got Rashad Perry, who I'm speaking to all the time and doing stuff with Rashad. You got Derek McDonald, who's involved in everything. They're in every meeting. Just because you're injured, you don't not show up. You don't get to do what you want to do. You just have a different plan now. You just don't get to practice, but you still got to get dressed, come out to practice, got to still do all those things that you can do. And then that's your practice until you get healthy enough and being able to play again. But Steve's a good kid, man. He's still a leader of our football team. He's still talking to guys and, you know, putting his own little 2 cents into certain things. So it helps a lot.
Steve Angeli still getting dressed and yelled at by the coach. There he goes. Fran Brown off and moving. Goodbye, Fran Brown. I mean, I like that Fran's just like, hey, Steve, thanks. Hey, thanks for your Achilles. Thanks for your Achilles just ruining the year. Do we think he's calling on the phone? They FaceTiming? Do they, like, is he crutching past him in the hallway or on one of them scooters? Sorry, coach. Sorry for ruining the season. Didn't mean to. Really didn't mean to. But, yeah, I mean, that's the deal. That's the deal. And, yeah, fella Furter, the people that are quick to compare what is happening this year, which the last month is admittedly terrible. It's terrible. I think the stat I heard the other day, and I suppose I could go do some quick math, but I don't feel like it, is that Syracuse lost these last 4 games 140-50. And if it's slightly off, it's something like that. It's been bad. It's been very bad. That was Greg Robinson era for 4 consecutive years, but even worse. Like, this ain't that. This is a bad year because, like, directly because the quarterback got hurt. And it's not an excuse. It's what happened. They're having a terrible year because their quarterback got hurt. They're having a terrible year because their quarterback got hurt. If Angeli was healthy, I was having this debate, online the other day after postgame on Saturday. Like, I think they would have, like, at minimum, I don't think they get blown out in any of these games unless Angeli tossed in a stinker. I think you have 4, like, reasonable games. I think you still lose to Georgia Tech. Duke played really well. You probably lose that game, but you would have scored against them, I think. I think the Pitt game you could have won, and I think the SMU game you could have won. I'm not guaranteeing you would have won them, but I think all of us would have been watching every second of those games because the outcome would have been in the balance. Yeah. Anyone that's comparing anything to Greg Robinson has a very, very short memory. An extremely short memory. Yes, Bobby, it does show the importance of having a backup, but how? How do you have a better, more proven backup in this era of the transfer portal? That's a thing that's hard to have. That's the thing that's hard to have. Like, let's say Ricky Collins over this offseason uses what happened to him this year, improves and gets better and could be a solid backup at this level next year. I don't know if we believe that, but let's just hypothetically say that happens. Does anybody think he's going to be on the roster here next year to do that? It's damn near impossible. Last year's season would have imploded if McCord ever got hurt. Imploded. It would have just gone up in smithereens. I mean, there are multiple former Syracuse quarterbacks out there right now that I never actually thought would be doing well that aren't doing well. Jacoby and Morgan's the starter at Jackson State's having a good year. Carlos Del Rio Wilson, go figure, is lighting it up in Marshall. They like Syracuse, as the hyphen between the wrong words of his name on the back of his jersey. Like, technically, those are guys that could still be here and veterans and whatnot, but were they really just going to hang out here for that long, just waiting for maybe? Like, it's great. It's not like the NFL where you can go sign a Tyrod Taylor or somebody like that, or get a Flacco, or get somebody that's just, got veteran experience and is just hanging out looking to kick it for a few weeks. That's not a thing. It doesn't exist. It's really, really hard to have a good backup quarterback, and certainly a backup quarterback that has any legitimate experience. Like, it's just not, yeah, or to Kev's point, you'd have to look at your budget, like the schools that do have maybe a more talented backup quarterback, Justin Lamson. Like, the schools that do have a more talented backup quarterback have a lot more money because, like, you can't, and I don't know, Syracuse maybe sort of did this year. I don't know what they paid Angeli after paying Collins, but my goodness, to legit pay for multiple, like, guys that can start and win football games at quarterback, if you don't have crazy funds, that's going to hurt the rest of your roster so much that I don't know if there's any way to, any legitimate way to do that. It's kind of impossible. It's kind of impossible in this day and age where, in the past, like, quarterbacks, and this is, I think it'll be really interesting to see where this year's freshman quarterbacks are going forward under Fran, how they handle it. Like, we're all yelling for the backup quarterback now, right? So get him in there. Get Carney in there. Well, all right. Is Luke Carney going to come back next year? I presume he will, but that's not really based on anything. And, guys in position like that, like, not realistically, like, it's possible he'd be stuck behind Angeli for 2 more years. Like, that's very possible of how that's going to go down. But are you going to stick it out? I mean, it's hard. I don't know, Mitch Match. They must have paid Angeli some. It's obviously a different market of money available for quarterbacks in the spring than there is in the other window in the past. So maybe, like a lot of the schools that legit needed a quarterback had already got their guys, so they're out of the market. I don't know. But they must have had something. But that's hard to do. Like, it's also hard to find a quarterback. Like, as much as Fran said, hey, I don't tell guys they're going to be starting, and I believe him that, but I'm sure he told Angeli, like, hey, dude, you got a really good chance. Like, as long as you don't stink, you're going to win the job. Like, it's hard to go get 2 guys in an offseason or get a guy to stay. Like, these quarterbacks know if they're going to start or not. Like, if you have a legit chance or not. Like, whoever else is on the roster next year, unless Angeli does not come back healthy from his Achilles, they're not the starting quarterback. Now, the Achilles does make it more likely that maybe he's not quite ready to go or whatever, and there's, the Achilles will mean whoever else is here will get to be the quarterback in the spring, and there will be, opportunities to do something. But, like, if you are a quarterback out there right now, you got to be looking at Syracuse saying, hey, that job's spoken for the next 2 years. How do I handle myself based on that? I don't know. The whole quarterback market is just with the portal now is beyond bizarre. And then go think about how they've changed the portal rules for this year, where there is no more spring portal window, which I think is dumb. Angeli would not have been available last year, or say he made the decision earlier last year, knew he wasn't going to win the Notre Dame job, then he and Collins would have been on the market at the same time last year. What if you picked Collins over Angeli? You wouldn't have gotten both at the same time. Like, there's no way you would have gotten both at the same time. That worked out, like, really specifically. Like, spring ball happened, they knew they needed another guy, and they were able to go and tell the other guy, hey, we'll get you whatever we can get you. I don't know what the money is for Steve, but, like, realistically, you're not the starter, but you got a really good shot at winning it. All right, anything else, chat, before we wrap it up here on this Monday afternoon? Again, the schedule for this week, just to... We will cause and alleviate the confusion repeatedly. Me and Jordan, our Transfer Portal Syracuse show for search engine optimization, because people like searching for those words, TPS report. It will be Wednesday at 8, unless there is a basketball game on Wednesday. This week, there is a basketball game on Wednesday. The second exhibition game against Pace is Wednesday night at 7. So this week, basketball postgame show Wednesday, not 9-ish. Thursday at 8 o'clock, me and Jordan. Then Friday, 11-ish, 7:30 kick. We'll have post game for football. So we'll be going nighttime, 3 days straight at the end of the week here this week, and then we'll play it out going forward. The basketball actual opener is a week from today. Yes, Monday. And then next week, me and Jordan will rock some Wednesday. So Jordan and I this Thursday will have both basketball exhibitions to talk about, football game to talk about. That'll be lots to get into. Maybe Jordan will make some food or do something wacky. Maybe his cat will, maybe Grover will get in the mix again. You never know how these things are going to go. That's why you got to tune in. To find out. All right, everybody, stay locked in on the socials. If you are here and you are not subscribed, let's end that nonsense. Click the button, turn on the notifications, and whatnot. So there will always be a show on Wednesday, is what I'm saying. It just depends if it's a basketball post-game show or myself and Jordan. And there will be a show on Thursday if there's a basketball game on Wednesday. So there we are. Busy week this week. Looking forward to it. Everybody, get back to work, people. It's ridiculous goofing off on a Monday afternoon. Thanks for stopping by, and we will catch you later.
Thanks for watching the 315 with Brian Higgins. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn your notifications on. We'll see you next time.